endorse or reaffirm our approval of it, but move it to budgeting for exact costs.
And if there's a request for something to be done this fall, a request would be welcome back at council to see if they're, to make it move along.
Okay, see if we have some funds, sure.
Yeah, if they have a small portion of it to do this fall, we would receive that request.
And I think community services would probably be, you're the coordinator, this kind of, you're the conduit between. So now Rotary's throwing their hat in. We know that the Grand Bend Community Foundation has expressed interest. So I guess, Brent, there's another, for you, Mr. Mayor, the Director of Community Services, just another one on the old wage scale, Brent.
So this will be a motion that we approve this and let them continue working.
With the Director of Community Services, I'm sure we'll get it to the new kid.
And if there's preliminary budget requests, they come to council, and we'll include it in the discussion.
Yeah.
Seconded? Mr. Underwood? Deputy Mayor Day?
Well, I'm absolutely supportive of this Klondike Trail proposal. I think it has great potential, and I'd like to see it go forward. And I'm completely supportive of municipality providing some capital funds towards the project. But I have some reservations about taking over the ownership and maintenance of it in the long term. And as we see, there's other things in our municipality right now that we're taking ownership of, and we're paying $100,000 in this agenda towards the Rotary Trail, and we'll be paying for splash pad probably in Forest and Arcona. There'll be a lot of things that we have to ongoing maintenance, and I really would like to see this project self-sustaining in some way, that there's an annuity that's set up with their fundraising so that it can be maintained in the long term. So, because we may be getting to the Zanglet level of recreation costs. We're already at 23%, 22+% of our budget is recreation. So we just have to be careful that we're not overstretching ourselves with recreation type expenditures on an annual basis. So when it comes back in the fall, I think we need to keep that in mind as we make decisions.
Okay. Whole Foods. All in favor of that motion? Great. 7.5, the letter regarding wind turbines. How does council feel with this?
I need it. You don't have an agenda.
No. No info. Did we miss that letter? Oh, the numbers are missing.
A lot of them didn't roll over for some reason, so my apologies. We'll send that out to you.
We'll send that along. We had that, council all received it as an email. Okay, moved by Councilor Underwood.
Yeah, I'll second that. With a friendly amendment, Councilor Underwood, we talked about this with strategic planning. We talked about, Blue Water's making moves in terms of planning and whatever we can do. So maybe we send this to a strategic planning date where we deal with everything that the clerk has.
The clerk is dealing with this with other municipalities, so this could be an information we can refer for that for information.
I think so. Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. And just a comment that, I think our council is really, we're going to get a lot more pressure to come in line with what other municipalities are doing with their, straightening up their bylaws. So I think we have to make sure that ours is going to be falling in line with what other councils are doing.
Okay. All in favor of that, receive and file and refer to the clerk for the report. I think I seen everybody stand up except yours.
Of course you can.
That's Sherry. You have a conflict. 8.1, report 53 in the settlement of West Ipperwash land camp issue for information.
Receive and file.
Councilor Scott. All in favor of that? Carried. 8.2, AMO conference, request for delegation to various ministries. Mr. Scott?
We definitely know that we want to go back and see transportation because of Highway 21, and I'm sure that there's some other ones that we looked at, and I believe the Deputy Mayor had put together a list of things that she thought, and I understand that there's also some economic development cash out there. That is, we'd probably like to do something along those lines as well. I read an article in one of the AMO being attributed to the government. Those are the two that I can think of.
There was one fund announced that was loans to businesses. It wasn't a grant program, it was a loan, business loans, Southwestern Ontario, that was announced. Okay, I guess the MTO one and the bridge is one that, whether we can apply for that, that would be one that we would want to try and come from us with.
Yeah, I think so, and if you don't mind to read this to Brent, every time I go by that bridge, is that sidewalk going to be able to accommodate portable railings? Like, my gosh, it's narrow, and the outside of it is not in great shape to anchor it, so I'm wondering if that should be part of the discussion too, that.
That's what we asked for in the one.
Yeah, and we're currently working with my contact at MTO to approve that installation. So I suspect I'll get some feedback.
I don't know how you're gonna do it, and the sidewalk goes like this, it's in rough shape.
We'll keep on a little bit. Captain Meredith?
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful opportunity to have face-to-face contact with these ministers, and I know that staff can only do so much, and I recognize that, and, but the ones that Lori was just referring to was, first of all, Minister Michael Gravel, assuming we still have the same ministers there since January, with the Ministry of Natural Resources, and this is with regards to Frank Mides and seeking some financial assistance for that, because, and also approval of rodeo for safe water chemical treatment and a province-wide eradication initiative, because it's becoming a very serious invasive species for us. And then Minister Michael Chan with the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, seeking some financial assistance for a covered stage at the Esley Dodge Conservation Area. I still think that there's a real public interest in a covered stage in the Esley Dodge Conservation Area from my feedback in forest, and we need funding from the Ministry of Tourism and Culture for that. Then Minister Sorelli for transport, of course, we just mentioned. And lastly was the Minister Michael Gravel again for financial assistance for purchasing dredging equipment for the ice management. We didn't have a problem last year, fortunately, but we are definitely going to have to address that at some point in the future too. So, and to me, it makes sense that we actually have ice management dredging equipment of our own shared by the other municipalities, other jurisdictions.
We need to have a plan to do that. We need to have a package to take to them.
Yes, with the help of KBCA and those we, what's that? Sure. I can send it again, it's okay.
Okay?
We need a motion just to agree with the report, accept the recommendation.
Yeah.
Do as much as you can.
Okay. Seconded by Councilor Underwood. All in favor? Carried. 8.3.
Mayor, could I, just because our cell tower guru isn't here tonight, Councilor Russell, could I suggest we table that one? Just leave the wash cell tower.
This is, we can table this if you'd like. There has been no real application at this time to deal with this. It's the preliminary discussion.
I'll send that.
Move that it be tabled to the August meeting.
Yeah.
There's no deadline.
Or would you want to be?
Yep. All in favor of that? Carried. Tabled. 8.4, planning report 20 is deeming bylaw for Scott and Allen. This is a lot in Bolton, something.
I'll move the recommendation.
Recommendation seconded. Councilor McGuire. Any questions to that? All in favor? Carried. 8.5, this is an official plan amendment and a zone amendment. We dealt with, and the conditions have been met, and there's a recommendation there. Councilor.
I'll move the recommendation.
Second by Councilor McGuire. Any questions on that? All in favor of that? Carried. 8.6, this is an agreement, Jeffrey and Glenn Grant. 8529 Van